Hello my friends, you're welcome to solve this math problem, which is square root of 675 minus square root of 648 over square root of 243 minus square root of 240. In the first step, for numerator, we have a square root of, in here, a square root of. We can write this 675 as 225 times 3 and minus square root of, and we can write 648 as 216 times 3. And for denominator, we have a square root of, in here, a square root of 243, and we can write this as 81 times 3. And minus square root of 240, and we can write 240 as 80 times 3. And this is equal to, in here, a square root of 225 is 15, so we write 15 times a square root of this 3, and minus, in here we have 216, and 216 in here, 216 is 36 times 6. So, in here we can write this as 36 times 6. And a square root of 36 is 6, and times this square root of 6, and times this square root of 3, right? And for denominator in here, we have a square root of, 81 is 9, so 9 times a square root of this 3, and minus, in here we have 80, and we can write 80 as 16 times 5, so in here we write 18 as 16 times 5, right? And a square root of 16 is 4, so we write 4, a square root of this 5, and times a square root of this 3. So, in next step, in here, for numerator, in here, a square root of 3 is common, so we factor a square root of 3, and in here it will be 15 minus 6 square root of 6, right? 6 square root of 6. And for denominator, square root of 3 is common, so we factor square root of 3, and in here it will be 9 minus 4 square root of 5, minus 4 square root of 5. And this is equal to, in here we can write this as a square root of 3, this, times a square root of 15 minus 6 square root of 6. And for denominator, we can write this as a square root of 3 times a square root of 9 minus 4 square root of 5. And in here, this will cancel this, and it will be, for numerator, in here, we have 15, and we can write 15 as 9 plus 6, and minus 6 square root of 6. And for denominator, in here we have 9, and we can write this 9 as 5 square root of 5 plus 4, and minus 4 square root of 5. And this is equal to, in here we can write this 9 as 3 to power of 2, and plus, we can write this 6 as a square root of 6 to power of 2, right? This is equal to 6. And minus 6 square root of 6. We can write 6 as 3 times 2 and times square root of 6, right? And for denominator, we can write this 5 as square root of 5 to power of 2, and plus, in here we have 4, we can write 2 to power of 2, and minus 4 square root of 5. We can write this as 2 times 2 square root of 5, right? And if you look at numerator and denominator, both of this numerator and denominator is in the form of a square, here, a square plus b square and minus 2ab. And this is equal to a minus b to power of 2, right? So, we write numerator and denominator in this form, and it will be in here, square root of a square. In here, a is 3, right? So, it will be a is 3, so 3 minus b square. B square is square root of 6, right? So, 3 minus square root of 6 to power of 2. And for denominator, square root of, in here, a square is square root of 5 square, so a is square root of 5, so we write square root of 5 minus b. b square, b is 2, right? Minus 2 to power of 2. And here, this 2 will cancel this square root, and this power of 2 will cancel this square root, and it will be 3 minus square root of 6 over square root of 5 minus 2. And here we rationalize this fraction, and for rationalize we multiply the numerator and denominator by this numerator conjugate pair. So this conjugate pair, it will be square root of 5 plus 2, right? So we multiply numerator and denominator by square root of 5 plus 2. And it will be in here. In here, this is in the form of a minus b times a plus b. And this is equal to a square minus b square, right? So, in here, a square, a is the square root of 5. So, a square, it will be 5. And minus b square, b is 2. So, b square is 4. And for numerator, 3 times square root of 5, it will be 3 square root of 5. And 3 times 2, it will be 6. And minus square root of 6 times square root of 5, it will be a square root of 30. And negative square root of 6 times 2, it will be negative 2 square root of 6, right? In here, 5 minus 4, it will be 1. And we have 3 square root of 5 plus 6 minus square root of 30 minus 2 square root of 6. And this is our final answer. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.